Yes, people, it's your boy CultureCams, and you know what it is. It's FTBL culture, and look, I'm in a different studio this time. I'm in this man's backyard, but we're here to give you a debate about the greatest strikers of the 2000s. And listen, with this one, we're gonna do it differently. We're not just gonna sit here and debate set man and blah 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 blah. How we're gonna do it? We're gonna do it basically in a playoff style, head to head. I'll let you explain. I'll explain the rest.
Yeah, of course, guys. Look, we've seen that you guys have loved this concept in general. You guys love the nostalgia. You guys love it when we throw it back to these old players in this older time. And we decided that today we're going to throw at you guys a bracket challenge. That's basically the way we're going to describe it. So we basically have accumulated, guys, 16 names, 16 players from the 2000s, 16 strikers. And at random, we're going to pair them up against each other, head to head against each other. We don't know what the order is going to be. And it's all going to end up being one final head-to-head. Who is the best striker of the 2000s? We have some crazy names in this list, bro. We got some all-timers. We got some guys that you guys might have actually forgotten about. But that's what we like doing with you guys.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But somebody said, Henri, next question. Hey, it's not as easy as that, man. It's not as easy as that. I ain't block this, you. Man. Yeah, anyway.
Bad time.
This guy's saying beat you up and he's hating on you and that. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm saying, but listen.
Yeah.
All right, cool. First thing what we got to do is we got to say the names.
Absolutely.
Of the players that we're going to be doing.
Absolutely. Let me pull these up for you guys. Like I said, we have some big names, some all-timers, some you might have forgotten about. So, of course, we're going to start with Ruud van Nistelrooy. We have Thierry Henry, who I see a lot of you guys in the comments section already saying he needs to win this whole thing. We'll see. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Fernando Torres, David Villa, Raul Gonzalez, David Trezeguet, Luca Toni, Samuel Eto'o, Miroslav Klose, Andrei Shevchenko, Wayne Rooney, Didier Drogba, Ronaldo, the Brazilian one, Diego Forlan, and Michael Owen.
There's a few that we didn't agree on, because there were some people that was like, he was trying to. Did you get Luca Toni in there?
I got him in.
So there was some that we couldn't, there was some that we couldn't agree on. Yeah. Like there was some honorable mentions and stuff. But listen, it didn't. We end up disagreeing.
I'm happy with that list, though, to be honest. You got your guys in. I got some of my guys in. I didn't want to include Wayne Rooney, guys, because I think Wayne Rooney more of like a second striker, almost 10 compared to a 9. He didn't want Luca Toni in there. And we got both of them in there.
I like Luca Toni, but there were some names that I think we could have put in there. And it is what it is. I can see a lot of people saying R9 easy, but listen, we'll see, because it's not even that straightforward.
And with us too, I put Thibaut Courtois as my all-time Ancelotti goalkeeper, so anything is possible of us. But guys, I'm actually going to present one of the screens that I have for you, because to decide these, I see some people saying,
guys, it's the 2000s, not 2010s, 2000s.
And guys,
Aguero was the 2010s.
Yep.
Diego Milito, he was even good enough to even be in both potentially, but you got Lua, all these guys, they are the 2010s.
Yep. So, guys, what I'm going to share with you guys right now is a random number spinner. We also have this best strikers, obviously, bracket, and we're going to go name by name and basically pick this out. So the first name that's up, and you can watch with us, the first name that will be entering this bracket is Samuel Eto'o. And we've already talked about Eto'o before. Yeah. I know both of us, even does a little bit of that.
What is clapping thing?
Eto'o going in, and he will be up against
Closer. Hi. Okay.
All right, guys. Let me put Klose in right here. All right.
So you actually the one that was fighting to get Miroslav Klose into this one.
Yeah.
So what was the reason that you wanted Klose in so badly?
All right. So me, Miroslav Klose.
You couldn't. Can you see that?
We're back. Hold up.
Look at my production, people. Look at my production. He doesn't know what he's doing. We're gonna have to start that one again.
Hold up. Basically, though, you guys had to take our word on this one here.
No. Listen, people. Hold on. This guy lost the whole thing.
I like you.
Are you man seeing this about Cams did that? I was not involved with that one. Listen.
Guys, this is what the bracket looks like. The first matchup, if you guys didn't see that, is going to be Samuel Eto'o versus Miroslav Klose. He's going to say PhD in engineering for what?
It's the truth, bro. That's why he came to football, man. That's why he had to come to football.
Man,
so you got to get that one back up.
I was going to leave it up because now we talked. We showed the bracket. It's done now.
Okay.
Get it back.
But how are they going to see it spin?
In the future, we'll make sure that that's the one that's up. But
yeah.
Take our word that was the first matchup, guys.
Hear my man, bro. Hear my man. Okay, but anyway, as I said,
do you want to address the super chat first?
If the foe isn't there, shame. Listen, we're talking about this. I think he's trying to act like Fuad. I don't know.
Yeah, Fuad wouldn't talk like that.
But listen, Defoe's a hitter, but this ain't Premier League strikers. You know what I mean? This is simply all round. And sorry, Defoe does not make that. He does not make that. So listen. You wanted Miroslav Klose in there.
Correct.
What's the reason? Because I'm not going to lie, Klose could have come out for me. Yeah, he's got the World Cup record. And, we know internationally he done well. But if you actually look at his numbers across Europe, in European football and across his leagues, they're not that great. You know what I mean? And I don't think, obviously, living through the time, he wasn't one of the prominent names. He did come alive at the World Cups, but...
Yeah, well, I think that's what I want to touch on, right? I agree, Miroslav Klose, his club career, guys, people just talk about Jermaine Defoe. You could probably stack it up with him in terms of what his club career showed. So he's good at Werder Bremen, had a few good seasons there. Bayern never really lived it up. But Miroslav Klose on the international scene... was one of the best strikers of his generation, bro. I don't think that's up for debate. I mean, there's a reason why he's the highest goal scorer in World Cup history. He's the highest goal scorer in German history.
I hate that he broke that.
I'm not gonna lie. Of course, because you compare him to an R9. R9 is an elite level talent, but Klose, bro, at the international scene was that guy. He was a gunman in every single international tournament. You could rely on him to score goals for Germany. He did it consistently. Now look, he's up against one of the best names, honestly, on this entire list in Samuel Eto'o. And we've talked about Eto'o before. We were comparing him to Thierry Henry in terms of his generation. So I'll be real.
It's a wash, man. People, he's trying to give, what I mean?
Eto'o and 4.
He's trying to give, this is a sweep. This is a straight sweep, bro. Eto'o, easy. We've done a whole episode on Samuel Eto'o and Thierry Henry debate. Go and lock into that if you guys want to. But listen, there's no debate with this one. It's Samuel Eto'o. I don't need to go. Roy Mackay, we were about to try and put him in there. That's an honourable mention. But he wanted Closer.
No, I told you. I was the one who brought up Roy Mackay. He said, nah. Let me ask you this, though. I see a lot of people in the comments talking about Mbappe. He's going to break Klose's record. Do you see that happening in the future?
What's Mbappe got now? 11, no?
He's got a decent amount.
Yeah, no, Mbappe will break that.
You reckon he will break that?
Mbappe will break that.
I can't lie. No disrespect to Klose, but that's not the kind of name that should be holding the record for.
No.
R9, okay. But
that ain't it. Klose shouldn't be having a record like that. But guys, let us know. Obviously, we know what time it is. But in the comments, Eto'o or Miroslav Klose, because we're doing it together.
Yeah, so let us know.
Or Miroslav Klose.
I don't expect this one to be that close.
It shouldn't be close,
no,
man.
No pun intended.
Not bad.
Yeah, Eto'o, Espo. Respect Klose on not having that. Shout out Norai. He likes being different in the chat, and I respect that. But
nah, come on, Eto'o. Yeah, lie.
Frederick even says unrelated, but imagine if Mbappe in France wins the 2026 World Cup. He's gonna have a crazy resume at that young age. Yeah. So what we'll do, guys, is Eto'o wins the score. Submits scores. Eto'o is on to the next round. So we're gonna get rid of this, and we are going to bring up our next matchup.
Can you guys see that one? Yeah. Now can you guys see this? Yeah.
Now they can see it.
There we go.
All right, guys. Now you can see basically what we were looking at and how we're going to decide the seeding. So the next matchup that we got coming up next is Diego Forlan.
Hey, Forlan, serious driller. What was it? 2-time Pichichi winner.
Yeah.
European Golden Shoe.
Yeah. World Cup killer at 2010. Which just makes the cutoff, and he's going to be up against Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yo, in the 2000s, Zlatan's obviously the better player, but in the 2000s, this is debatable. If you actually get up, let me get up Forlan's numbers. Bro, this guy, right foot, left foot, on the volley, the 2010 World Cup that we know he had, You know what I mean? Pachichis doing it for Villarreal and Atletico Madrid.
Let me tell you this about Forlan as well, right? I remember the time where he was winning those Pachichis for Atletico Madrid. And his main competition at the time, coincidentally, was Samuel Eto'o. Barca and Atletico, they were going back and forth. And I remember 08-09. This is when Eto'o scored like 44 goals in all comps for Barca, or whatever crazy amount it was.
Yeah.
Barca won all 6 trophies. But Eto'o was basically obsessed with Forlan. He was obsessed with beating Forlan.
Because he knew who the driller was.
And this is basically what happened. The last game of the season, Barca won the league by so many points. Pep played the second team basically in the last game of the season, except for Eto'o, because Eto'o was desperate to win it. And Eto'o went through on goal so many times, and chances that he would normally always score, he couldn't miss. Forlan was in his head, bro. Forlan won the golden boot for Atletico Madrid. This is not the Atletico Madrid of Simeone, guys. This is like Atletico Madrid, some meaty team. They played Fulham in the Europa League that year, or the year after that.
I mean, you look at
I'm
it,
with you.
2004, 2005, he scored 25 league goals for Villarreal. 10 the next season, 19 the next season, 16, 32 in 33 games in 08-09. You know what I mean? 18 in 33 the next season. But he was breaking 20 goals every season easily.
And he had
28,
that combination
35,
with
23.
Aguero too, right? This was baby Aguero, but him and Forlan had a nice
And then, guys, come on. The World Cup.
Yeah, the best player.
When you think about the 2010 World Cup, you think about what he did with the new ball.
Yeah, he was the only one that
mastered it.
Japulani. It's true.
Yo, listen. Zlatan was brazy, and Zlatan is brazy, but I think Zlatan's best years potentially could have come after the turn of 2010.
Yeah,
he was an amazing player, but he got shipped out from Inter.
No, he didn't get shipped out. He wanted to leave Inter. Let's keep it real. He was the one who wanted. Mourinho did not ship out Ibrahimovic, bro. Don't rewrite history, bro. Don't rewrite history. Ibrahimovic was desperate to move to Barcelona, and he managed to get back Eto'o in return. But he wasn't desperate to sell Ibra. That was a one-way thing. But I kind of hear you, man, because I remember Ibra, especially in the Champions League those days, was a massive disappointment. I remember Torres knocked his ass out. Ronaldo knocked his ass out a year later. At Juve, I always say, Capello told him, bro, you're not obsessed enough with scoring goals. It's really when he went to Milan and then PSG where he became goal-scoring Ibra. Who's the better footballer? I would say it's Ibra, but I'm always telling you guys, right? I'm always saying in the 2000s, let's stick to the topic. Under Ancelotti, in the 2000s, who was the better player? I would go Forlan.
You got to ask the chat. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it Zlatan or is it Diego Forlan? You know what I mean?
Forlan, bro.
Because Forlan in the 2000s, man, he was a problem. Obviously, he didn't work out at Man United.
Got his goals
but he did his thing. Yeah, he did his thing. Let's see. We got one for Forlan. We should have done a poll for this one.
Yeah, I can actually do that in the YouTube if I bring that up.
Let's do a poll for you.
Yeah, 1 second.
But the poll's only going to last like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah,
because we can't be sitting here too long.
That's fine. Keep letting us know for this. Maybe we'll set up the poll.
But the thing is, obviously, when you're looking at it, Zlatan's just a brazy player, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. I think he's the better footballer than Forlan. But Forlan at one point was the hottest commodity up front in Europe, in my opinion. Maybe Torres at that point. So let me start this poll up.
How do you do polls?
Right here. Start a poll. Better.
Yeah, the 2009-10 season is included, people.
Ask your community. Guys, we have just uploaded a poll, and you guys can let us know.
Yeah, go and vote in the poll, man. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Navid is saying you guys have no respect for Zlatan.
That's the thing. Zlatan as a player, you got to take into account, I like ability. I like what I like. So, Zlatan as a player on the eye test, what he actually just was, 6'5"?
Yeah, he's
6'5",
he's a mountain of a man, bro.
Technical.
He is the most complete footballer I've ever seen. A complete forward I have ever seen personally. In terms of I always say he's a unicorn, bro. That's the way I describe him because I've never seen someone at that height with that gracefulness, with that touch of the ball, could strike a ball. Young Zlatan too was an athlete, bro. He could get at you, he could sprint. He was complete. He had no technical or physical weakness, but it was almost like mental was his biggest thing as a youngster. And the thing with Ibrahimovic, for me, the reason why he never worked out in Europe is because teams had to play through him. And in Europe, you kind of have to be more of a part of a system rather than someone everything has to go through you. And I felt that he was easy to defend when it came to Europe. Yeah. Forlan, though, in the Champions League was never really doing it that.
Maybe but he was a bit Villarreal, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wasn't he part of the Villarreal team that went
I think he might have
Champions League final?
or semifinal. Yeah.
Sorry, semi-final.
I think he might have been. What was that? 05, 06.
Yeah.
He wasn't at United at that time.
Yeah, so he was at Villarreal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to be fair, I can't remember his contributions there, so I won't.
These guys are saying Zlatan in Game 7. Let's see what the poll is saying at the moment. The poll has Ibra winning by 52%.
That is
48%.
crazy.
Zlatan is winning. 1 minute to go, guys. Let us know. Right now, we only got 111 votes and 313 people in the stream. So get involved, guys. Let us know. Zlatan. Yeah, but Zlatan against England, guys. That's post 2010.
Bro, I saw Leon Osman out there
For England. He was playing those days.
Ryan Shawcross was the one that was on the
Shawcross,
line.
I remember.
Shawcross, and that was Osman's debut. Yeah.
Leon, how old was he?
Leon
31
Osman,
years
he
old.
must have been right. I don't know, man.
That's like my man from the Lakers, bro. Who was like the G League team the whole time, and he made one appearance for the. What's my man's name?
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, guys, chat. Let us know. That one Lakers G League guy who made his NBA debut at like 33 or whatever.
I can't remember his name. Damn. Nah. Let's see in the poll.
The poll is saying 54%. It looks like I think we're gonna end it here, guys.
It gets to 160 votes,
yeah,
140 votes.
Andre Ingram, that's who it was.
Andre Ingram, yeah.
Shout out Andre Ingram. Yeah. That's what Leon Osman was making his debut in 2012.
But then listen, I'm not gonna lie though. Being that age, I'll be real. When I was that age, I was not YouTubing Diego Forlan. You know what I mean? I was watching it. I was, bro. Zlatan was one of the early. He was one of the early YouTube goats.
Do you remember the Joga Bonito commercial? Cantona, Ronaldo, and Ibra.
Yeah, and remember the goal against Ajax? Yeah. Bro, everyone used to watch that all over. Yo, did you see this guy's goal? Blah, 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 blah. So, you know what I mean? Thinking about when I was actually living through their moments, we were thinking about Zlatan. But like, you saw what Diego Forlan was doing later on. Oh, what you were thinking about Zlatan.
What went on here? Hold on. What the hell is going on here? For now, we'll go through the computer, I guess. Just because I have no idea what happened.
Look at my production, people. Look at my production.
Hold up.
Look at my production. This guy's got look at that. Whoa, we changed. When you change cameras, you change color, you change everything, bro. This is my engineer, you know. Failed to communicate camera. Check your connections, mate. Hold on. This giving you guys more time. This is giving you guys more time to hit the votes anyway.
That thing comes up again, let me know.
What thing comes up?
That EOS thing.
Oh, guys, he's getting sacked. He's getting sacked in the morning, mate.
Don't encourage them, bro. Do not encourage these.
He's getting sacked in the morning, mate. How can Goonali? How this guy's dumb? Man said, I had two men in the room with the lights, turning the lights off or something. He's so silly, man. We're only in round. We're not even in. We haven't even passed the first round, and there's mistakes. What's going on? Engineer, can you engineer?
I got you.
Let's see.
That should work now.
Let's see what this says. There we go. Flipping out. Bring back my melanin, bro. Bring back my melanin.
There you go.
All right, cool. Let's see. What's the votes? Go on YouTube.
What is YouTube saying? 56%.
All right, Zlatan wins.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Okay, so
let's send Zlatan through.
Give me 1 second. Let me just announce Zlatan as the winner. Add stream. So team 9 versus team 8. And guys, just to let you know, we already know what the next matchup will be.
What do you mean?
Because look at the bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Versus, who was it just now?
Forlan.
Forlan is a big name for me.
Forlan is a early L, man.
That's an
first round
L.
L. That's crazy.
And as you can see, we can already tell what the next matchup will be. So guys, let's go to the next one, obviously. See who they got next for us.
Zlatan v Thingy is a peak one still.
It's a bit symbolic as well. The next name up is
Didier Drogba. Big drugs. Yo, big drugs, you know.
And he will be up against.
Hey, this might be crazy, you know.
You were a good dude. Didier Drogba, you was a good dude.
No!
You was a good dude, Didier. Oh my God. Let me just.
No, that Drogba Rooney one would have been generational, bro.
Let me just hold up real quick.
That would have been, it needed to land on Rooney. That would have been a good debate.
Let me just real quick add Team 5. Drogba.
Nah. Yo, guys, recount.
R9. Drogba v R9. Let's talk. Who do you want to start on?
Listen, R9. It might get uncomfortable for you, you know.
For me.
For R9.
Why is
I'm talking about R9. I'm talking to him. People. R9, we know he's a GOAT. He, for me, is the best striker ever that has reached the top of the game. You know what I mean? With the talent and stuff. But R9's best years were the 90s. Potentially were the 90s. Inter R9, Barcelona R9 was brazy. Obviously, he came through at PSV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 98 World Cup, he went mad. But yeah, okay, 2002. 2002 World Cup. But he played 11 games that season, including, I believe, the World Cup. I don't even think he played that many games in the whole campaign. And then after at Real Madrid, he went to OT, he did his thing. But
don't forget, you were talking about mythical.
He was big belly.
Story.
He was big belly.
Legendary.
He was big belly.
You use those words, not me.
No, listen, but he was big belly. And then in 06 World Cup, in my opinion, the manager was calling on him too much, playing him too much when they could have based it around Adriano. They were using R9, and we saw it. Okay, he did his thing. He scored his goal against Ghana, but we saw he was chubby, and now it started sliding. Didier Drogba, though, that's when he birthed who he is.
Nah, you're right.
04-05 come through, win the league with Chelsea, top assist in the Premier League, one man up top. 06-07, 09-10 season.
Hard.
The Champions League performances that Drogba always produces. Goals against Bayern, Liverpool, what's their names? Barcelona.
Wait, was it Barcelona he scored against them?
He scored against Barcelona. He scored. Don't you remember the Puyol on his back flick? Boom.
Yeah, it's true. That's actually fact.
Didier. Yo, it's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as you think. But 09-10 Drogba.
Look. I hear everything you're saying, bro. I hear everything you're saying. R9's best form came in the 90s. I agree 100%.
But he was still peak at Real Madrid.
But you're the guy who's always talking about feeling and how someone makes me feel and ability. And I like the stories. What did you say? Narratives. Those are your words, brother, not me.
Now, hold on. But I like Drogba gave me feel sight too, bro. The feeling. Watching Didier Drogba was good, though. The way, bro, Peter Cech, long ball, Drogba, chest, lands it on his chest, turns, brings other people into play. Lampard, Drogba connection. R9, you know what I'm saying? Listen, he was still a goal scorer. Yeah. He was a beautiful player, you know what I'm saying? But
I don't know,
We do know R9 in the 90s. That's when R9 was
I agree
quick. Boom, boom, boom. Take you on, flip flaps. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Nah, look. The way I view football and the way I view these kinds of challenges, I would pick Drogba. I think Drogba defined that. Everyone knows how big of a Chelsea fan, Drogba fan I am, when he was at Chelsea. I believe that team doesn't operate the same way it does without him up front. He's so selfless and still scored such important goals throughout his time there. So I would say Drogba, throughout the 2000s, made more of an impact on the scene and was probably better more consistently for like a longer amount of time.
Drogba had some inconsistent years. Now, he had some inconsistent. Look,
of course,
one thing is R9 definitely had good years at Real Madrid. 100%. He was scoring a lot of goals. He scored 30 goals, I think, in 2 seasons. So he was still R9, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just like, we know his best came in the 90s, that when the peak of R9 was, of course, he bust his ACL, but in terms of how quick he was, when he's busting these skills, when he's getting on the ball and dropping into all areas, it was around that time in the late 90s. But yeah, we know he came to Old Trafford and he did his thing as well. So
hey, Ronaldo played less than 20 games on average per season in the 2000s.
And that's the thing we got to remember, yeah? We're talking about when did R9 retire?
Technically, he retired in like 2010.
No.
Or like,
when
did he left Europe? I think was 07 with Milan. He was like
when he was big burger boy. He was Big Burger.
The curls on the top.
Yeah. That's when he was. So we have to factor these years in as well now.
Look, I agree.
But when did Drogba break on scene? Bro, I remember him absolutely.
0405.
Not even 0405. People don't remember when he
yeah.
massacred Newcastle.
Yeah.
Drogba. Hey, listen, and I don't know, man. I'm gonna just say R9's the better player, so I get people are gonna probably want to go R9, but it's not as easy as you guys think. I want you guys to see how we're thinking, because people just think it's just gonna be an easy names.
Adam here goes, R9 got 30 goals in back-to-back seasons after a busted ACL, and I think this is in the 2000s.
Yeah, that's the Real Madrid season.
Yeah. No, look, R9 at Real Madrid, like the first few years, is a problem, bro. He's a problem.
What about R9 in those years in the Champions League?
Look, here's the thing with R9 in the Champions League, though. I think it's a bit of a myth, to be honest with you. I know his numbers. He didn't play enough games, bro. He didn't play, whether it was through injury or whether his team wasn't in the competition.
It's like Radamel Falcao.
Right, exactly. So I'm always a little iffy on that. But me personally, I would go for Didier Drogba if it was down to the 2000s.
It's down to the chat, man.
I mean, I left the poll.
And
it's a massacre.
It's
a massacre. Ability FC is here. It's your guys.
Hey, yo, listen. What's not to like? You know what I'm saying? Fuck with y'all.
So let me decide this then for you guys. Look, Drogba, I did all I could.
Now, Drogba losing first round is pain.
But this is what we're up against.
That's pain.
This is why I told you we're going to get a Luca Toni versus Michael Owen first round. Congratulations to R9. You're into the next round, my guy. But let's see what else we got for you guys. Let me take this out of the way. They're saying Didier Drogba was a good dude. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. All right. What else does this thing have for us? Hey, this random wheel generator is harsh, bro. Next up. Hold on.
They can't see, bro. You have to do it again. Do it again.
I can't do it again.
Do it again.
What?
Oh, is that the only one you don't?
No, I can do it again.
Yeah, start it all over again.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it one more time. Sorry, that didn't count. This is the official one. David Villa. Okay, good name. That's a very good name. David Villa will be up against Spaniard versus Spaniard. What did they used to call David Villa? What was his nickname?
El Sutton.
Of course, El Sutton. Thanks.
El Sutton. No, Torres was El Nino.
El Nino, but what was David Villa? David Villa nickname?
El Pinto or something. El Pito.
You're a clown.
El Pito.
El Guaje, the kid. So El Nino versus El Guaje, the kid versus the kid, or the boy versus the kid. Drake versus Meek Mill. Villa versus Torres. You know what's crazy? We discussed this briefly off camera. Yeah. Who did you think was better at the time? Villa versus Torres. Bro, guys, let me quickly add you guys a poll so you can get involved in the chat.
Now we have to give them before we have to give our pitches. You have to give your
let me at least prepare it so that it's very easy to just go via Torres.
Because people, don't forget what Fernando Torres was on, bro. Fernando Torres, first season.
They're saying 57 versus Drake.
This is mad. This is 20 for 20. Who's got better 20 tracks? This is a versus,
it's
bro.
Lockdown all over again.
Do you know what I'm saying? Who's got a better 20 tracks? But look, you got to think about it, right? Okay. Torres came into the Premier League at 22-23 and scored 33 goals in his first season in all comps.
Mental.
He was devastating. Yeah, I mean, Fernando Torres, we know about all them big games against Man United. And the one thing I like about Torres, he scored in big games. True. Man United, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Arsenal. It doesn't matter who he came up against. Bro, Torres was on a terror.
He scored in 2 Euro finals.
He scored the winner in the Euro final.
I agree 100% with you. Torres in the big games held himself accountable.
Torres was out here. And the thing about Torres is, bro, he don't care who you are, bro. He's trying to run you down, bro. And the way he used to finish, as I said, the devastation, he had aerial ability. Bro, Fernando Torres was peak.
I'll actually say this, right?
He was peak.
I think in terms of who has more to their game, I think it's Torres. I think
Ooh,
Torres.
I don't actually think so.
I'll tell you why. I think Torres can hurt you in different ways. Torres can run at you. Like I think Torres is a better dribbler of the ball. He's more powerful. He's, in terms of pure pace, peak Torres is faster than David Villa. I think in the air, Torres is better than David Villa.
But Villa is a better finisher.
David Villa is a marksman. He is a marksman, bro. In terms of like he has left. He was ambidextrous. First of all, I think the story of him is he broke his right leg when he was a kid.
But every man that can use their left foot try and come this. And then my dad taught me because to make it pro, you need to be left-footed.
This guy got no left foot. I can already tell.
That's what I was saying, bro. Morton Gams Pedersen. Oh, my dad told me if you want to be better, you got to
but Villa's story is
Gail Clichy. I'm actually right-footed, but my dad told me.
Villa's not
your dad, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? What?
Villa isn't a dad story though. Villa's story is that he broke his right leg and he only used his left leg basically for like.
Hey, there was some girl. She was a baller back in the day in when I used to go to school, and she was a baller. Yeah, and she tried to say the same thing. I was left-footed and I broke my left leg, and now I trained in my right. Now I'm right. I was like, bro, don't cap, bro. You're capping.
Let's be real though. Okay, fake story or not. David Villa's left foot was unbelievable. I'm talking like, for me, Cazorla levels in terms of I'm going that far, bro. David Villa's left foot was crazy. Two-footed, marksman, long range, curl. His finesse was, he's just one of the craziest
very good at
finishers
linking up as well, man. You got to think,
of course.
But that was, the thing is, that wasn't, I was about to bring up Barcelona.
But
Barcelona wasn't, you guys remember, Barcelona does not include in this 2000s.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people are thinking about Villa with Messi and that.
Don't include that.
You can't include that.
We're talking about Villa at Valencia. David Silva on one side.
That David Villa, Joaquin, Vicente, David Silva, Ayala, Aymar.
That Valencia team was fun.
What was it? Albeda.
Yeah. Albiol too. Yeah.
Oh,
that Valencia team was very, very fun.
That was a good team.
So I think Torres had more to his game in terms of like a complete forward. He had more, but in terms of who's going to get me 30 goals a season every single year, who's not going to go through for me a 10-game scoreless run like Torres would sometimes go through, it's David Villa. Torres, let's not forget too, like I remember the Nunez and Torres comparisons earlier in the season. I think it was stretched a little bit. I think Liverpool fans were trying to cope, but it was true that when Torres also first came, there were instances where he had some crazy misses on his resume too. So I think David Villa is the better goal scorer. Torres might be the better player. Consistency, I would go Villa.
Consistency, I'm going David Villa, 100%. Consistency, Villa. He was the Golden Boot winner in the 2008, but Torres got the final goal, which I was super buzzing for him that he got that. 2010, I think. 2010
tied with Forlan.
2010, Spain won. Death taxes Spain 1-0.
Yeah,
David Villa.
Yeah, so it's 90% Spain possession. They score one goal. It's David Villa who gets the goal.
There we go. So. It's a tough one, but listen, let's put that to. I think it's a really close one for people. If we're only talking 2000, let's not forget Fernando Torres at 18 years old was the captain of Atletico Madrid. True. You know what I mean? True. He wasn't prolific at Atletico Madrid, but he came to Liverpool and took it to the next level.
These guys too are talking about the Vidic matchup as well too. Torres' favorite.
Yeah, that was a good game. He had a good game against him. He definitely had a good game, but. I do think the whole Torres Vidic thing is a little bit
overstated.
Yeah, I mean, it was 1 or 2 games, you know what I mean? And then that's about it. But, you know, people took away for a lifetime because even the fact that they came to Old Trafford and 1-4-1 was peak. That's one of the worst results ever. So, yeah, I don't know.
These guys are saying lag. Is it still lagging, guys? Let us know.
What's the people saying?
Yeah, let's see what this is saying.
Ooh, Torres is winning. Ooh, hey, they're calling you Prem-tards. Prem-tards.
Let us know if it's still lagging, guys. It should be a little bit better now. I don't see anything now. 264. What the hell is it going down so much?
People said, where did you get your...
No, it's not lagging.
Where did you get your... What do you say?
My MEng in electrical engineering production, Good Dude University. Now, this guy says, no, it's not lagging. I got personally David Villa. What about you?
David Villa.
David Villa.
I'll probably go David Villa.
Chat, Rise. Let us know what you guys are saying. The best one for me has to be Ruud van Nistelrooy, considering the game was played. Yeah, we'll talk about Ruud down the line because he still hasn't been selected, to be honest with you. Hey, you're bad-minded. Okay, 58%, 57%. Okay.
Now people are doing it out of anger.
No, bro, they know what was up, yo. It was up for 5-6 minutes.
They're doing it out of spite.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Where's Sean Doe LFC, man? Let me tag him in and he'll come.
You getting a billionaire, you get Sean Doe LFC.
Yeah, but you know, if that Barca fan base start hearing about it, they'll go, hey, nah. All right, cool. Thingy one.
Thank you.
David Villa won.
David Villa. El Juante, or whatever the hell he was called. El Juaje, or whatever the hell he's called.
It's like
El
Cam's teeny boo.
Okay.
Yo.
So team 13 was Villa.
So David Villa versus R9. I hope folks don't think that's easy, you know.
Let's be real. Drogba didn't beat him, bro. It's easy.
No, it's not really. We'll see.
No, it was R9. It was
in that
Torres.
era, Villa has a World Cup and Euros. Drogba. We'll talk, man. We'll talk.
David Villa in 7. Is that what we're saying? David Villa in 7 against Torres. All right, let's go. Yeah, Torres loses both times, bro. They act like I rigged the votes. Wheel of Fortune. Let's go.
All right,
next names to come up out the head.
You got some imposters here, fam.
Michael Owen. This was your guy. You fought tooth and nail.
Michael Owen has got to be in here,
to get Michael Owen in this team. So, boy, you better not crash out first round.
Bro, Michael Owen's got to be in here. Ballon d'Or winner.
And Michael Owen will be playing. Oh yeah. Get his ass out of here. Get his ass out of here, please. Michael Owen. You were a good dude.
Yeah. Owen, you were a good dude.
You were a great dude, in fact.
But, you're a good dude. But look, Michael Owen, at the end of the day, I feel he's getting disrespected a little bit. He won a Ballon d'Or in the 2000s. He was consistent for Liverpool before he went to Real Madrid. Even in that Real Madrid, I think he was unlucky. He outscored Raul that season. And he outscored Raul that season. Scored in the El Clasico as well. Nice little goal. Beckham pinged it over the top. Michael Owen, boom. I think he even scored a brace. But obviously, Thierry Henry.
I mean, what are we doing here?
No, listen, I'm giving people their flowers. I'm going to give Michael Owen his flowers. He was a terrific player. He gets disrespected a little bit by this new generation. You know what? It's funny. I saw him. This is before, obviously, in the 90s, but I saw him talking about I would be worth similar price to Mbappe, and people were laughing. I was like, are you silly? The guy won a golden boot back-to-back at 18 and 19 years old.
He was nice.
You see what Saka is doing right now? You see what Foden, all these men? Yeah. Michael Owen was winning back-to-back golden boots in his teens.
That's the same about Michael Owen, 98 World Cup. I mean, he shook the world, bro.
Come on, man. Boy wonder. Listen, if it wasn't for injuries, and he didn't make that silly move to Real Madrid, he would be the Premier League all-time scorer, bro. He would be England's all-time scorer too. The guy left with 150 Premier League goals.
If he had stayed fit, you mean his whole career?
Yeah. Michael Owen.
He might have been. Yeah,
he's probably the most pure goal scorer England's ever produced. Proper. Killer. Different player, man. Different player. People are rude, man.
Nah, that ain't it, yo. Give me R9. Give me Henry, bro.
Obviously, it's Thierry Henry. But
nah, that ain't it, yo. Thierry Henry, the king.
Come on, Titty, man.
The best player to ever play in the Premier League. And you talk about goals, he's got it. You talk about assists, he's got it. You talk about trophies, he's got it. You talk about the eye test, the aura, black gloves, long sleeves. Thierry Henry is him, bro. He's him. And we'll talk more about him when we get a legitimate contender, because this is Henry in 4. We're not even giving him a gentleman's sweep. This is Henry sweeping into the next round. So
fair enough.
Michael Owen, thank you for making up the numbers. Personally, you wouldn't have even made my list if it was up to me. But
bro, your boy is getting swept. Easy.
Who's that?
I'm not even going to have a discussion
about
that.
It.
Your boy's getting swept.
You don't even know who he's up against.
Yeah, he will. Whoever he's up against, I'm looking at the rest of the guys in the list. He's getting first round sweep. He's getting a first round sweep.
We'll see about that. I'm going to fight for him tooth and nail. Okay. Wheel of names. Back to you. I can't lie. You might be right.
He's getting swept. He's a serious imposter here, bro. He better hope he gets Trezeguet at best. All right, Trezeguet. Trezeguet, guys, remember, Euro 2000.
That's a good name right there. There. A lot of you guys might not know about David Trezeguet. That's a good name right there. And he will be up against...
Bye, Trezeguet. Bye, Trezeguet. Bye, Trezeguet. Bye, Trezeguet. Bye. They can't see the screen. Bro. Nah, do that again. You got to do it again. Yes, bro. You got to bring the people in, man.
Just so you can...
People have to see, bro.
Hold on. Okay. Van Nistelrooy. Okay. My fault, guys. My fault. Let me put this
Add
back
to
up for you
stream.
guys.
Man, look
Okay.
at my production, for goodness sake. I swear, Rude gets a Pete one here. We're redoing the count. Stop the count. Oh, Trezeguet again.
David Trezeguet again. All right. I hope it's Rude.
I hope it's Rude too.
I hope it's Rude.
Right.
Oh.
Sheva.
2 serial killers.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
guys. So Rude, or what is it? David Trezeguet, excuse me, versus Andrei Shevchenko.
Listen, Shevchenko, different level.
Ballon d'Or winner as well.
Ballon d'Or winner. Shevchenko was the Henri in Italy. That's what he was for a point. He was the Henri in Italy. Like, he was the top dog at a certain period, and like he was one of the most feared strikers in the world. And I actually think that Champions League final howlers that he had, and obviously missing the penalty, doing all of that type of stuff, the chance that he missed, that kind of stained his name a little bit, especially because I don't believe he wasn't part of the 07 team either.
No, he had left for Chelsea at that point. In fact, he left for Chelsea that season.
Yeah, so it did look like, but nah, I ain't gonna lie, he really bottled that final, right? Even running up to the penalty, he looked shook. He was not ready.
And he missed. I mean, everyone talks about that big jersey Dudek save, the double save. For me, that's a huge miss as well.
Yeah, it is.
That caliber, that close to the goal.
But Andrei Shevchenko, I think there was a goal against maybe a Juventus or Inter. Gets the ball, goes past one person, right? He's on the right-hand side. He's like 25 yards out. He just whips that bomb, far corner, top. Oh, bro. Shevchenko was a problem. And I think the comments, you can see the comments appreciate him. But I'm just going to even go through his numbers. Numbers were pretty good, especially in that era. You know, not everyone. You see, guys, this era, people score 30, 40, and it's easy. But
and don't forget, too, Shevchenko was playing in the hardest Serie A.
Exactly. It's Serie A. It's in 2000. He scored 24 league goals, 24 league goals again the next season, 14, 24, 17, 19. He had one really bad season and he scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
But look at his numbers: 29, 34, 17, 10, 29, 26, 28, 173 goals in 296 games.
Yeah, he's nuts. I mean, you look at those days too. I mean, it's basically like Pirlo picks up the ball, looks up, Shevchenko is there, and Shevchenko is like controlling anything up there, bro. The guy's a one-man attack at times, bro. He's unbelievable. And I see some people saying like, oh, Trezeguet, he bottled the World Cup final, and that's why Shevchenko also, let's not forget about it, he bottled a Champions League final penalty. David Trezeguet, I'll give you my experience based on Trezeguet, because I've heard the stories. My parents and my mom's side of the family is all French, so I've heard plenty of David Trezeguet stories from them. But obviously, you got Euro 2000, the hero, and he'd end up being the villain 6 years later in the World Cup. But he comes from that era. Fucking hell. Give me 1 second.
Look at my production. Hey, we ain't doing it in this venue anymore.
Until I fix it.
Not in this venue.
So he comes from that era where it's Anelka, Thierry Henry, and David Trezeguet. Those are the 3 that are coming up at around the same time.
He's a finisher, man.
He's the least talented of the 3 in terms of pure natural ability. But in terms of eye for goal, nose for goal, Thierry Henry already said it, right? David Trezeguet had this knack that at the near post, it's always Trezeguet. The ball is like a magnet to him at the near post, and he scores. And he even said that one time, okay, I'm going to try it myself. I'm going to be at the near post, and I'm going to score the goal. Goes past him, far post, David Trezeguet. Players like that, strikers like that, it's like Haaland in today's game. Yeah. The ball is like a magnet to them.
They know where it is, and his numbers,
their positioning is crazy. Numbers. David Trezeguet is one of the craziest pure finishers that the game has seen. He spent a decade at Juventus, won 2 Serie A's with them. He had that partnership, obviously, with Alessandro Del Piero, who I know you're probably disappointed he's not in this list himself. Yeah, but Trezeguet was cold, bro. One of the top strikers of his generation.
I agree.
So don't sleep on him.
We'll put up a poll for that one, but I think actually depends actually what people think on that one. But we'll put a poll on that one, and while Lies sorts out the cam, better in is Trezeguet or Sheva. All right, the poll is up. I think he's got a Ballon d'Or. He's even got a Ballon d'Or, Shevchenko, which I ain't gonna lie. I think that Ballon d'Or should have probably went to.
I agree.
To Thierry, but you know what I mean. He's there. Trezeguet, like Alan Shearer, maybe decent technical, but both great finishers. I don't know. I hear that, but Alan Shearer is a weird one because, bro, when it comes to technique of shooting, He was peak. And by the way, people, I tried to get Alan Shearer in here, and Liaz was fighting not to have him in here, but he's adamant for Luca Toni. It's very interesting.
Let me get us back on the main camera. There you go.
It's probably thank you, Jay. Put out that comment from Jay.
Del Piero not being on this list is mad. Well, I'm the one who didn't put Del Piero in, so Jay, I'll give you my thought process.
See what production is doing.
No, but I'll tell you why I didn't put Del Piero. It's the same reason I didn't put Wayne Rooney. It's the same reason I didn't put Bergkamp. It's the same reason I didn't put Francesco Totti. In my eyes,
this is a wash. Hey, let's respect Trezeguet, man. I'm gonna end this early, bro. I'm gonna end this early.
Shevchenko in 4. But in my eyes, guys, these are all second strikers. These are all 10s at some point, false 9s practically. So I didn't view Del Piero in that light. Cam, I think, would have liked to see him in there, but that's the reason I didn't include any of those 4. For me, they're more second strikers /10s / false 9s than they are.
Luca Toni, what's a polar bear doing in Southeast London?
You guys are disrespectful,
bro. What's a polar bear doing in Texas Arlington?
Luca Toni is a bad man. I don't think he's going to progress to the next round.
Tony's nice.
You guys got to respect Luca Toni in terms of big number 9s.
Yeah. Make sure you get the.
Yeah, I will. Hold on. So before I do, let me just make sure that I get Shevchenko sweeping to the next round.
So who's Shevchenko going to be against? Henry. Ooh. Hey, Henry, he got your chain, man.
You got to snatch that.
He's got your chain with that Ballon d'Or, boy.
Shevchenko, and then team 6 was Trezeguet. And it's Shevchenko in 4. So congratulations to Andrei Shevchenko. He's into the next round. And the next one that we will have, Mario Gomez was one that we also considered, to be honest, Nato. Whether he's better than Luca Toni is debatable. And these guys are saying Rocky Santa Cruz. I don't know about all that.
That's a Santa Cruz. Hey, guys, this ain't the streets you'll never forget. This ain't streets you'll never forget version. Maybe we'll do that another time.
Hit this up right now. So the 4 left, as you can see, Van Nistelrooy.
If they put Van Nistelrooy with Rooney, I'm going to cry. If they put Van Nistelrooy v Rooney, it's Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy is the first name.
They put Van Nistelrooy v Rooney, I'm gonna scream. Get Tony out!
Don't look. That's still tough, bro. That still ain't easy. That is still not easy for your boy. You could have Trezeguet. When you wanted to be a diplomat for the people. Now you got Van Nistelrooy against Raul. Obviously, they shared that time together at Real Madrid.
Which Van Nistelrooy watched him.
I'm not a huge Raul.
Yo, hold on. People, don't just start saying easy. Why are you saying easy?
They're saying Don Raul.
Wait. Why are you not saying it's easy? I'm confused about that. Van Nistelrooy went to Raul's bits. And won a golden boot.
Yeah.
3-time golden boot in the Champions League.
Me personally,
44 goals at Man United. 30 goals in his first season at United.
I think people are over. Look, I'm gonna be the one to say
what?
Hold on, I'll be the one to say it.
What?
I'm not huge on Raul, to be honest with
you. Raul was deadly finisher.
He's a great finisher, and he's actually very intelligent. But I think Raul, his longevity is more impressive than his peak level, in my opinion. I think at his peak level, there's several names that are better than Raul, in my opinion. You might disagree with that. I fully understand he's a top player, but I'd go Ruud van Nistelrooy. I'd go Ruud van Nistelrooy over Raul.
Yo, I can't lie. I feel like this is really close.
The Raul-led Galacticos, when the Raul Galacticos, right after Zidane and all those guys left, what were they doing? Every single year out in the round of 16, bro.
Yeah. But we're talking about individuals. We're talking about individuals.
Ronaldinho, when it was the Real Madrid team, Ronaldinho ran those streets, bro. Let's be real here.
Hold on. Let me look at Raul's numbers.
In the 2000s, not in the 90s.
Of course. In the 2000s. Oh, come on, guys. This is a wash. Van Nistelrooy washes him.
Bro, they were on the same team. Ruud washed him, bro.
Van Nistelrooy, come on. Hey, guys. Actually, no. Do you know what it is, though? Raul wasn't putting up the greatest league numbers, but he was putting up very good Champions League numbers.
Champions League numbers when his team didn't do shit, bro. And Ruud wasn't putting great Champions League numbers,
but I'm talking about are we counting 99, 2000? No. You count 2000.
No, I wouldn't include it.
Yeah, we're not including 99, 2000.
2000 and on.
Because he won the...
That's a good season.
2000, 2001 is when he... No, 99, 2000 is when he won the Champions League and he scored 2 in the final.
Yep.
But we can't include that season. So we're starting from 2000 to 2001.
Daniel says
32, 29, 25, 20. That is crazy.
Yeah, he's good, obviously.
Yeah, he's good.
Daniel says, guys, I'm too young for these shows. And when we start transitioning to best teams players from 2010s to 2020s. We'll definitely have something for you, bro. Yeah, 100%. We're not trying to discriminate against you guys.
Hey, you're learning, man. You're learning.
We're trying to teach you the game,
after this, you need to walk away and do the YouTube test.
I was going to say, I'll post comps myself on Twitter.
The YouTube test.
You have to do your research on this stuff, guys. Venezuela had 64 goals in 90.
Raul, even towards his later years, 07, 08, 08, 09, he started putting up decent numbers again.
Raul was UCL man before Ronaldo and Messi. So was Inzaghi, bro.
So was Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Record is crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Not the greatest knockout record, though, but Man United was so mid in that period. Guys, what are you guys saying? Yeah, but listen, guys, remember
these are team trophies.
Remember, this is for the 2000s. We have to stop saying their overall thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Look at Ruud van Nistelrooy, bro. He went to the La Liga and scored. He went to La Liga. He went to La Liga and scored 33 in his first season. Listen to what Ruud was doing. Yeah, this is even the same season that he scored 20. Even this was in Holland. He scored 29 goals in 23 games. Then he comes to the Premier League: 36, 44, 30, 16, 24, 33, 20. What?
This is the way I view.
This Raul. Is my favorite. This is my striker.
Raul, when Real Madrid were serious, Raul for me was a sideman. He was like part of the team.
Who?
Raul.
When what?
When Real Madrid.
When serious? Shut up.
I'm talking Zidane, R9.
No. Don't say.
Bro, Raul was a sideman, bro. He was.
Don't say thumbs up there. Don't say thumbs up there. Raul was a sideman.
Hold on. Sideman.
No.
He
Hold
on. Let me finish.
Finish that.
He was not the guy on those Real Madrid teams, bro. He took a step back for those guys.
But you don't say sideman. That's a crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
He was, bro. Realistically, he was.
My God.
When Ruud came to Real Madrid, when Ruud came to Real Madrid, Raul was a sideman as well. He was, bro.
You see, this is the thing. This is a 2010 fan.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't a sideman, bro. Sideman is a
sideman is like natural right now. Okay, he's not that much of a sideman, but relatively, bro, he was taking a step back to those guys. When Van Nistelrooy came to Real Madrid, he did not take a step back.
He was the captain.
Forget about the captain.
He's
the captain. He's Real Madrid.
No, but you can't say he's a sideman.
Okay, sideman is not
the captain of the team, and you do know Raul was capable of dropping in as well.
If sideman's not the word you want to use, bro, he was not the main guy. That's my whole point. When Ruud van Nistelrooy came to Real Madrid, he was the guy at Real Madrid, bro. Facts.
Bro, did you see?
Facts.
Yeah, but hold on. Raul was... Wait, but what are you saying right now? Repeat what you're saying. Are you saying that Raul was a sideman in what period?
You look at the Galacticos, the Real Madrid Galacticos with Zidane, Figo. Raul took a step back for those guys. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Were they better when it was focused around Raul, or were they better when he took a step back?
I don't know about focus.
They were better when Raul was the main man. They were better.
Hold on.
Wait, what do you mean? Hold on. When Raul was the main man for Real Madrid, they were better than when they decided to bring R9 or whatever, and Florentino Perez decided. Hold on. And then Florentino Perez decided to blow that out. The real reason for all of that is obviously we know about when Makelele left, it all collapsed, right? We know that. However, you cannot say when they were at their best, it was with Raul at the helm and leading the line. I even remember.
We're talking about the 2000s.
Yeah, remember in the
2000s. I'm not having Raul as the main guy. When Real Madrid were good, Raul was not. In the 2000s, purely. 90s, fair enough. I'll give you guys that.
But when you say main guy, you're saying main guy like everything has to run through one man. It wasn't even everything. Wasn't running through.
About Real Madrid. Raul is not one of the first three players you think of in those successful teams.
He is for me.
Because he's the captain.
He is exactly. He's Mr. Real Madrid. He's Mr. Real Madrid.
Those early Real Madrid teams, was it not Hierro?
No, Hierro was. Yeah, I'm talking about in the later years. Obviously, no, it was Hierro for the 90s. But when it got to the 2000 stuff, it was Raul. It was Raul that was the captain. When I think of that, when I think of the Galacticos, I think of
Raul in the 2000s. These guys are saying FIFA icon merchant, bro.
Yeah, he's a FIFA icon.
First of all, they both have icons in FIFA, and I think they're both pretty shit. I don't play Ultimate Team anymore. I don't play, but FIFA. they were both mid, so that's not a good argument whatsoever. What I remember from Raul at Real Madrid in the 2000s, I remember Real Madrid going to his ground and washing them. I remember him going to
When what? What happened?
Real Madrid, Liverpool, 2008-09.
Yeah.
I remember Real Madrid
Oh,
watching
no,
it.
that's I'm not done. 2013.
I'm not done.
But he's washed.
That's part of the 2000s.
But even he had a great season that year as well.
I'm not done. I think of Juventus washing them. I think of Bayern washing them, bro.
Hold on.
Raul in the 2000s
listen to what you're
was
saying.
not that guy, bro.
But what you're saying,
give me Rude.
No, but what you're saying, I love Rude, so we can go with Rude, and the people are going to go on here, right? But what you're saying is,
thank you. This is a great argument. Raul was the Benzema of that age. Benzema was important to those Real Madrid teams.
Stop saying side man, bro. Stop saying the word side man. It doesn't make sense. You can't try and glamorize side man.
It's the word you guys don't like. Fair enough.
It's silly.
Fair enough.
And even him, he's trying shit too. You know what I'm trying to say? Listen, with what you're saying, yeah, I just told you the guy is scoring 32, 29, 25, 20, and you're saying this is a side man.
Okay, fine. Side man.
You're saying this is a side man. And then even the
All
season when you're saying that Liverpool came and washed them, 23 goals that season, 24 goals the next season.
You can't just say in all competitions.
Yeah.
That's in the league. Let's not
that back in the day. That is good numbers. That is good numbers.
It's not Ruud van Nistelrooy numbers.
That's good
it's not
numbers.
Henry numbers. You're not talking
I
about.
can give you Ruud van Nistelrooy's numbers. They're quite similar in terms of. In terms of scoring 20. All right, what about when Man United were getting knocked out in the Champions League ourselves? Where was Ruud van Nistelrooy in the knockout?
Granted, fair enough.
Where was Ruud van Nistelrooy there? You can't just say that, bro. Where was Ruud van Nistelrooy when we got knocked out in 2005? Where was Ruud van Nistelrooy when Porto came with flipping Costinha, whoever it was, and we're getting bounced out?
Turning on your own head.
You can't write history like that.
That's what we're doing.
Write history like that.
Okay, fine. Let me just say this. He's not a sideman. Sideman is the wrong word to use. Sideman is like Nacho Fernandez on Real Madrid right now. Fair enough. I take that back. He's not a sideman. That's too harsh. What's the word I'm trying to use, though? Because it's definitely not main man. Raul, for me, in these 2000 great Real Madrid teams, was not the main guy in those teams. I need to find it.
This is what's annoying me. Stop saying the great Real Madrid teams. In all the great Real Madrid teams.
In the 2000s. Purely the 2000s.
So what's the great Real Madrid teams? They didn't really have one
early
then.
2000s.
Which Raul was prominent in? Hold on. Let's have the uncomfortable combo that they fell off when R9 came. Let's have that combo. They fell off when R9 came. Let's have that conversation. When the great Real Madrid teams from
second option. Thank you. That's what I want. Second option.
No, stop saying that. Stop saying. Okay, cool. You guys can say second option, but were they better for it? In 99, 2000, when he scored 2 in the Champions League final, that great Real Madrid, that black kit, Raul was the guy. When they won the Champions League again, he was the guy up top. In 2002, he was the guy up top. When Mr. R9 came, with the busted knee, Ballon d'Or winner, they fell off.
They didn't fall because of R9, bro. You know that's not true.
Now you're adding context. Now we're adding context. You see what I'm saying, people? You see what I'm saying?
Listen, Raul was a bus rider. Raul was not a bus driver, bro. Thank you. That's what I want to say. Nate, you got it. Raul is not a bus driver in the 2000s.
A man that scored 3 goals in Champions League finals.
Oh my God! Now we're talking about. We're back. Sorry about that, guys. I have to put up a poll. We didn't even put up a poll for this.
Put up a poll, man. I love Raul. I love Van Nistelrooy. So Van Nistelrooy is my favorite striker. So he's
your favorite striker. But you were quick to jump on it.
No, I'm not because I'm not quick to jump on it. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean, it's ridiculous.
You're gonna clip that up and go crazy. But
you said Raul. You said Raul was a side.
You don't like the language I used. Fair enough. Bus rider, second option, anything you want to say. Raul for me is not in these.
Anyway, go Raul Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy is my dog. Anyway, it's the best finisher.
I'm picking Raul just for what Lias.
The best finisher I've seen, man. The best finisher that I've seen.
Ruud, you're saying
proper natural finish. One of the best anyway. One of the best. There's some crazy drillers, but. Van Nistelrooy, man. You know what? We've done that video
to defend Raul. Crazy guys, right?
No. See, I'm a man of. See me, yeah. I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of honor. We're talking about great hitters here. So I don't like what he was saying. That was blasphemy, bro.
Hold
that
on,
was
you guys said chat's just gonna vote RVN to go against this.
No,
I'm saying true. RVN. Hold on.
No. That's not true. That's not true, though, man. That's not true. Van Nistelrooy was a problem. We can't act like Van Nistelrooy, if he won what was it? In his time, he won 3 golden boots in the Champions League. He won a golden boot in the Premier League. He won the Player of the Year in the Premier League. He won the golden boot in the
Let me ask you this.
in La Liga.
Internationally, who do you think was better? I think RVM.
Both didn't move me. True. Both didn't.
No, that's true. And to be fair, RVN's team attacking-wise was probably more talented than Raul's.
The Netherlands in them era should have been doing better than
Hold
Spain.
on, you want to hold on. You want to talk though about a team getting better when someone leaves?
Yeah. Oh, when they bring like 30 man in.
Look what Spain did when Raul left the scene.
All right, you can do that to Van Nistelrooy. 2010, when Van Nistelrooy bounced the fuck out. Yeah, exactly, bro. You could do that too. Yeah, I mean, but listen.
You were the one who wanted to start with R9, bro.
Mm-hmm. Whatever, man. Whatever. All right, listen. What's people saying in here?
Go ahead. Hold on. It's gonna be over here. RVN 53%.
RVN. All right, we'll give it 1 more minute. We'll give it 1 more minute. We'll get 150 plus.
Ruud was competing with Kluivert and Roy Mackay.
Yeah, Boilers to be Kluivert. We kind of might have missed.
Was he 2000s though, or more like 90s? The intersecting.
Yeah, well, he was when he won the Champions League. He was
saying, man in the chat saying Raul is Steve Kerr. Stop him. No, he's not Steve Kerr. He's not Steve Kerr.
That's nasty.
He's who is he? Who is the big center with the glasses? Horace Grant. That's what Raul.
You say?
He's Horace Grant.
No, you're taking the piss, man. You're taking the piss. Raul is Raul is at minimum a Rodman. Minimum. At minimum. He's one of the big three, bro. He's one of the big three.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you don't know about shit.
About all that.
You don't know about shit. That's why. Hold on, let me see. The Van Nistelrooy got sent packing by Putin's boys in Euro 2008.
No, R7 was a problem.
Spain lost to Nigeria when Raul was in it.
Yo,
hold on. Oh, so R7's a problem, but not Sunday Elise and that, yeah? But not my dogs, not Kanu and them.
Now you rate the Nigerians.
Come on, you see how
now you want to rate your Nigerians.
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
Come on, man.
Martin Palermo, that's another throwback name. Raul
Clay
man,
Thompson. Open your text message. I don't want to see your nudes, man. Fuck, you know.
This guy's crazy. Raul was declining in RVP in his prime in 2000s. He's calling Raul the Fabian Delft, the Centurions. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that.
Go to the poll.
Was I a little disrespectful? Maybe. Sideman was crazy. Yeah, RVN.
Right,
okay. Rightfully so, by the way. All right. So let me.
Raul was a sideman. That is not. And because of your stupidity, I'm not even going to talk about Luca Toni.
He's up against Rooney.
That's a wash.
Hold up.
That's a wash.
Team 7 RVN against Team 10 Raul.
Can they see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rude's my dog. Anyway, Rude versus Rooney.
Okay, so the next one, guys. Well, I'm gonna click on it just to satisfy the audience, but it can only be 2 people. Who's got home court advantage? Just what this is.
Crespo's numbers were pretty mid.
Crespo's not in this. Oh, it's Crespo brought up. First one, the 2000s. Yeah, guys, we went over the numbers. They weren't really moving us, to be honest with you.
Crespo was nice, though, man.
So Rooney is obviously.
Why are you spinning this? You tap.
I need to. It's like in the UEFA when they do the... Who is he gonna play? Luca Toni. We can get rid of this now too. We can get rid of it because now we have we basically have that. It's Wayne Rooney.
Of course, it's Wayne Rooney. Of course, it's Wayne Rooney.
I'll speak on Luca Toni just a bit because he was the guy that I wanted to get in, to be honest. Obviously, I'm very well aware that Wayne Rooney is a better.
Guy rates Luca Toni more than he rates Raul.
No, I didn't say that.
Guy rates Luca Toni more than he rates Raul.
Luca Toni's not rated, so I'm not gonna gas up Luca Toni to crazy numbers. Obviously, I know Raul is a better footballer than Luca Toni, but no one is talking about Luca Toni in this crazy light. So I'm gonna give him his flowers. Luca Toni is a gunman in terms of the big number 9. This guy's looking at me. Luca Toni was a good striker, bro. And he went to Bayern. He did his thing for a season there. Fiorentina, Luca Toni, a problem. Won the World Cup with Italy. Luca Toni deserves his respects, bro. You see, this is disrespectful, bro. Luca Toni deserves to be in the same convo as Kevin Karani. That's nonsense.
Yeah, I hear him.
That's what we're doing.
With Amari, as you said, with Amari, with Yakinta, with all them.
Luca Toni came back to Syria. Luca Toni came back to Syria at 38 years old and won a golden boot in Syria for what's it called?
Quagmire does that stuff. Yeah, it can be with Quagmire and that.
Doing, bro?
It can be with Quagmire and that. Let's give you a Quagmire in that. Quagmire, Luca Toni, Karani. He's right, bro. That's it. Amari. Who else you say? Yaquinta, Di Natali.
Is Tony even better than Ivan Tony? What are you guys talking about, bro? I'm disrespectful for what I said about Raul. This guy said, "Where is Diego Forlan?" Diego Forlan got eliminated already. Elijah.
Hold on. That is a funny comment, bro. Where is it? Where is it?
Better than Ivan Tony? That's nonsense.
The way, that's funny. Anyway,
bro, what? 39 goals at Bayern in one season.
Yeah, Mario Gomez did that.
Okay,
Why is Mario Gomez not here?
Gomez is good too, but hold on, Ivan Tony. What are we doing here, guys? What? What? I'm the crazy one, but Ivan Tony equals Luca Tony.
Hey,
get the hell out of here, man.
That is too funny. That is funny still.
This is not Floyd Hasselbank. Oh my god, bro.
Ain't Thingy banging winning Golden Boot at old age. Immobile in that. Immobile, all that man. That's a big move, man.
You guys are disrespectful.
You know what I mean?
Bro.
Lucarelli and all that man there. You know what I mean? At Torino. Come on, man. You went outside. You went outside.
Don't do this, bro. This is crazy, bro.
This is what you get.
This is crazy. Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. I gotta
you don't like disrespect.
I'm willing to admit Raul is a top player. I overdid it. Fairs. But Luca Toni and Ivan Toni, bro. What are we doing here,
bro?
What are we doing here, bro?
Oh gosh.
How do we forget Adriano?
No,
Adriano, we considered him as well, to be honest.
Like,
bro. 1 or 2 seasons, it was tough. Bro, you man can score 30 plus for Bayern late. I don't like this chat, man. Y'all are disrespectful as hell, bro. These are disrespect. Paco Alcacer.
Yeah,
Luca Toni's a 1 season wonder.
No.
What are we doing, guys? Huh?
Hold on. Why couldn't Alan Shearer be in here, but Luca Toni did?
No,
that's foreign bias.
No. I wanted you're the one who wanted Owen in. I would have put Shearer.
No. Why is Luca Toni the untouchable?
Why is Luca Toni? Obafemi Martins over Luca. Someone sent a super chat for this shit. Take your money back, bro.
No, he's spitting.
We don't want this shit.
He's spitting.
Of course, he's spitting for you.
Yeah, Obafemi Martins at Inter and then Newcastle.
For you,
hey, do you know he has a problem?
Give me a break.
He has a problem, you know.
Shut the hell up, bro. Benny McCarthy now too, bro. Oh my god.
04 Benny McCarthy.
Luca Toni won a World Cup.
Allow it, bro. Allow it. 04 Benny McCarthy. Our gaffer, our coach now. Come on, man. You were not saying.
I'm sick right now. Is Tony better than Mikoli? Move on, bro. Y'all are making me sick, bro. Y'all are making me sick, bro.
Look, let me tell you, Alan Shearer.
Give me Luca Toni's numbers. I don't care about Alan Shearer.
Let me tell you, Alan Shearer in the noughties. 30 goals, 27 goals, 25 goals, 28 goals. Are you mad?
Let me tell you, Luca Toni.
Shearer in his last legs scored 14 goals in no comps.
Oh, y'all are disrespectful, bro. Y'all are disrespectful. Let me bring up Luca
Danny
Toni.
Gueza. Oh, they were outside.
Danny Gueza.
Yeah, let me get this on the
No, I remember Spain Euro 2000. Bro, I remember Danny Gueza, but what are you guys doing?
Oh, that looks like I'm doing some flipping.
Yeah, chill.
Crazy salutes.
Chill. How do I go through Luca Toni's seasons? Nah, I'm putting some respect on this guy. Mandzukic. Duncan Ferguson.
He said Duncan. He's the Duncan Ferguson. He's the Duncan.
I had to beat him up off camera, bro.
Who said Duncan Ferguson? Bro?
Hold up. Luca Toni. First of all, 22 goals at what? 37 years old. Crazy. 24 goals for Bayern 07-08. 06-07, 16 goals. 05-06, 31 goals. And this is in the league. 04-05, 20 goals. 03-04, 30 goals. These are all league goals. Casuals.
You're
man.
a casual, bro. No. You've exposed yourself as casual.
If you talk about,
you've exposed yourself as a casual today. Anyway, I'll let production handle it.
I'll give you Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney is
better than Luca Toni. But you guys are disrespectful.
Let's give Wayne Rooney his flowers, bro. 2002,
breaking
onto the scene.
Odem Wingy is better than Luca Toni.
2002, breaking onto the scene. 16 years old, then going to Manchester United, then actually going to do the madness at Euro 2004, then going to Manchester United. Doing what he does, second man to Ruud van Nistelrooy, ends up being a part of the greatest Manchester United team we've ever had, alongside Ronaldo, Tevez, and that. Absolutely fantastic footballer all round. Bro, 09, 010, we know that carry job of a season. Wayne Rooney, man. Wayne Rooney.
Choupo-Moting. Brazilian Fred. You guys make me sick, bro.
Nah, nobody wants to see this.
Look at these numbers, bro.
Why didn't we pull this up for Raul?
Bro, you guys are making me sick, bro. This is the 2000s, right? 24 goals in 31. Look at what he's doing in Europe as well. 10 and 11, 16 and 29 in the league, 31 and 38, 20. And look at the teams he's doing it for, bro. Fiorentina,
Serie B.
Palermo.
You wanted to read the Serie B one, yeah?
Serie B is 0304.
Yeah, you wanted to bring that out, didn't you? Serie B,
you
man.
look even in Serie A, bro. 20 and 35 for Palermo, 31 and 38 for Fiorentina.
Cagliari numbers.
The Cagliari did not.
Immobile numbers.
Immobile didn't hit these numbers, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. This is
Serie B.
ridiculous. Bro.
Hey, bro.
He has one Serie B.
Guys, bring up Serie B numbers. You see that?
Serie B in 0304.
All right, let's bring up Mitrovic's
you guys are
44.
You guys are crazy.
Let's make Mitrovic score 43,
Gilardino,
44.
best Italian. Move on. I'll give you guys Rooney. Fair enough, but
see, you don't like it, people. You see that, but when he's out here calling Raul sideman, it's okay. You can get away with it.
I'm shocked. You guys need an archive on Luca Toni.
Ivan Toney, man. There we go.
Don't encourage these guys, man. Don't encourage these guys. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna bring up now the bracket because we now have our next round solidified, and now it should go a little quicker. John, this is on you. You encourage this nonsense.
Yo, it's true. I should have. Where's Andy Cole, man? Where's Teddy Sheringham, bro?
2000s.
Where's Teddy Sheringham? Where's my Teddy? Where's Teddy? No, my Teddy.
Adebayor would have actually been a decent show.
No, he wouldn't have. Adebayor is not in there, bro. It's not in there.
You're a hater, bro.
Whatever.
You're a hater. All right, so this is obviously what we have, guys. I'm gonna zoom in a little more. Does it show up when I zoom in? Okay, so the first matchup that we have. Let's go back to some real hitters.
Yeah.
Samuel Eto'o versus. Hey, by the way, Zlatan was not hitting those Serie A numbers that Luca Toni was, bro. Luca Toni was outscoring Zlatan in Serie A.
That's all Luca Toni can do is a poacher, isn't it?
Also, now
he's not. I'm just saying, he's not Zlatan, is he? He's not Zlatan, is he?
Fairs.
I mean, he's not Zlatan, is he?
I'm not gonna say all that. He isn't Zlatan,
There we
fairs,
go.
but I'm just saying respect Luca Toni.
There we go.
Eto'o versus Zlatan. This is interesting, right? Because I had this conversation on a different show I was on. Eto'o's resume is better than Zlatan's. Eto'o at Barcelona was better than Zlatan. In the Champions League, he's better than Zlatan. In big games, he's better than Zlatan. But who's the better footballer?
Zlatan
by far for me. So what does it really come down to for you?
I always say if you both reach the absolute top, then I separate it through ability. Zlatan didn't reach what Eto'o reached.
Yeah.
So I gotta go Eto'o.
I agree.
If you reach the very top, of the game, that's when I'm like, okay, ability has to matter. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about Lampards and Vieiras and all these type of people, you've all reached the top. But then I look at it like, who was the best player, best football player? That's how I voted. But Eto'o, for me, more consistent, bigger games, bigger moments, does his thing.
I agree. And I think it's already encapsulated by the fact that, bro, Pep wanted to switch both of them, and you saw the end result.
Yeah,
Samuel Eto'o is the better striker than, especially in the 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if it was the 2010s, you have a discussion. So we got Samuel Eto'o in 6.
Yeah,
in 6. We'll give.
I'm gonna say in 5.
In 5. Okay, Zlatan gets 1 based on ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next matchup that we have is Ronaldo Nazario versus David Villa. This guy says the polls are kind of unfair if it is both of you to decide. Should we have had a poll for Zlatan?
Oh, do you guys want to? Oh, sorry.
Okay,
We
hold
forgot.
on. Give us 1 second. Give us 1 second.
You guys wanted a poll.
Yeah. We thought that one was pretty straightforward, but if you guys want a poll.
Hey, R9, it might get uncomfortable for you here in this one. Yeah, I'm going to be very honest. The way the chat
is moving, bro. It's in fact, it's set up nicely for R9 and Henri in the
Is it?
I think the way this chat votes.
No. This chat are smarter than you
guys.
think.
Before you go to Villa, we're still, I guess, we're giving you guys a poll for Eto'o and Zlatan. I didn't think you guys needed a poll either, but just to be fair, we'll give it to you guys. Eto'o 75%. Yeah, bro. Look at this.
Oh, it's a wash.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a wash.
We'll give you guys a poll as well for David Villa and R9. I mean, talk to me about both of these guys, Kim.
Who's this one?
R9 versus David Villa.
Tough one.
You guys, and you're talking about Villa Barca, but Villa Barca does not count. We're talking Villa Valencia and Villa for Spain.
It's a tough one. I feel like I feel like David Villa. The thing is, Villa has a consistency. He also has a World Cup and the Euros, where he was the top scorer in both of them.
Yeah.
Was he top scorer in both of them?
I think Euro
2010 was joint his team that won. He was top scorer for them anyway.
He was the joint top scorer in 2010, next to, of course, Diego Forlan and Muller.
But R9, you know what I mean? I do think people are sleeping a little bit on, like, Bands aside, R9 did put up numbers.
This is closer than I expected, too. R9 is 53%.
R9 is 53%. But people are thinking.
R9 for the Old Trafford hat trick. That does count in 2000s. Some people saying Drogba should have, in fact, beat R9. Yeah, absolutely. You can just hook it up into here. Yeah,
and then you look at R9's numbers, though, at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He scored 30, 31, 24, 15. It was good. It was decent numbers.
They're decent numbers, absolutely.
Good numbers.
What's David Villa?
But I think R9, man. It's R9, isn't it? He's R9. But can that always lead the way?
That's what I'm telling you. It looks like it's going to be R9 all the way to the final. What the hell is happening here?
Can that always lead the way?
I'm not sure. It's techy still. Let's see what the poll is saying. R9, 55%. We'll get it to 150 votes, and we'll check. Right now, though, it looks like R9 is starting to slowly pull
R9's ability, though, man. R9's ability is the goal.
They're asking, does 2010 count? Yeah, the year 2010 counts for 2000.
The 09 to 10 counts, not 10 to 11.
Yeah. So the World Cup 2010 falls into this thing. The pairings are badly done to start. What did this guy say? You had Drogba versus R9 and Torres versus Villa. Both Drogba and R9 are better than Torres and Villa. Drogba was out and Torres was in. Guys, the way it worked was it was completely random. So
say the pairings are badly done. Yeah, it's random.
It's just random. We did a random number generator. So that's just the way it worked out.
Somebody said, I'm a Barcelona fan and I'm taking and it's R9. But you didn't need to say you're a Barcelona fan. R9 used to play for you too, man.
R9, 57%.
Even though it was in the 90s.
57%. We don't have to wait for 150.
Yeah, all right, cool. R9 wins that one.
R9 is going to reputation his way all the way to the final.
No, hold on. No. With Eto is getting uncomfortable, people. I don't care what you're saying now. With Eto is getting uncomfortable.
Okay, the next one is Thierry Henry versus Andriy Shevchenko. Oh, it's techie, man. It's techie. Get yourself in shot too, by the way.
That is that's Thierry Henry, man. That's Thierry Henry.
You guys both reached the top.
Both reached the top, but Henry's ability, Henry's playmaking. I just think it was just a bit more. I think he turned up as well. He turned up in the Champions League as well. Of course, he didn't score in the finals and stuff, but in Invincible, yeah, man, I think it's got to be Thierry Henry. As I said, Shevchenko, yes, he was the Henry of the Serie A, but
I think Shevchenko robbed Henry of a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I think Henry should have won that Ballon d'Or too. Henry's the one, man. You gotta go Henry, bruv. King Titty.
Yeah, we're gonna give
King Titty.
We don't need a poll for this one, I think, guys. I think this is Thierry Henry.
From 2000 to 2004, most goals in all competitions from 2000 to 2004, Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
In 2000 to 2004, most assists in all competitions,
was it Thierry
Henry? Ahead of Ronaldinho, ahead of Zidane, all of them.
And I think too, Henry's longevity as well is better than Shevchenko's. I mean, he didn't die the minute he went to Barcelona, for example. He had a few good seasons there where Shevchenko, the minute he left Milan, went downhill. And in fact, remember, Shevchenko returned to Milan for a season and didn't do anything.
He was a Chelsea completely. He was actually the beginning of the Jose.
Yeah, because in fact, if you guys don't remember, Abramovich was the one who wanted Shevchenko and Mourinho said, I already got Drogba, but I don't need this guy. And now he's forcing me to play a two up front. That's spot on. And then the last one is uncomfy for you, boy.
My gosh.
Rude versus Wayne Rooney.
Oh, my
Purely 2000s.
gosh. Guys, you don't need a poll for that one, man. Stop trolling.
Yeah.
Rooney versus Van Nistelrooy.
It's peak for you, bro. Because these are your two guys.
These are my guys.
Are these your two favorite United players?
Well, Cristiano and the early Cristiano as well. So yeah, two of my top 5 anyway. Let's just say two of my top 5. It's
tough, bro. It's tough, especially because the 2000s, right? This was Rude's team.
This is Rude's era, bro. This is Rude's era.
It's true. It's true. Rooney has that 09-10 season, like where for me he was one of the best players, like arguably top 5 players in the world.
Yeah.
That season where he was playing up front.
Guys, I don't think people are realizing. Still to this day, Van Nistelrooy has the record of most goals in all competitions in England. Mo Salah equaled it with 44. Haaland is going to break that with a joke, easily. But Van Nistelrooy did that in 2003. It has stood the test of time for 20 years, people.
This calls for a poll. I can't lie.
For 20 years, people have not beat Van Nistelrooy's goal scoring record in England. 20. Player of the year in England too. The only man that was pushing Thierry Henry.
Rooney's got one of those too, though. A player of the year.
Yeah.
He's got more Premier Leagues than him.
Mm-hmm. Played in a better team. Much better team. Van Nistelrooy was carrying a very average Manchester United team.
I never liked the argument that when Van Nistelrooy left, Manchester United got better. I never liked that argument, for example, because I think, like you said, there's context when it comes to this kind of stuff. It wasn't the same exact team. Players matured, players got better. Ronaldo, for example, took a huge leap when Van Nistelrooy left.
Van Nistelrooy, we're talking about 9s. Is Rooney a 9? Fully going down the 9 route.
No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Guys, the only reason Rooney is in this list is because Cam pushed for him.
Yeah, listen, this is a great point. Rooney was only better than Van Nistelrooy from 07. Not even then. From 07, let's say. So from the remainder of that, it was Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Majority of the 2000s, Van Nistelrooy was a better striker than Wayne Rooney.
I agree, but this is why I didn't want Rooney in this list. Rooney was not a striker.
It doesn't matter. This is what it's all about. It's tough.
But no, it's not about it being tough. Rooney is a better footballer than Van Nistelrooy. Correct or not?
Oh, 100%.
By a lot. But that's why he didn't play. He's not a better striker for me than a lot of these guys on this list. Because he's not a striker for me, Rooney.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Rooney, you can count him as striker. He played 9.
If I'm going off as a 9, I'm taking.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
That's why.
But even as a 9, Rooney's seasons as a 9, he was peak though.
He was, but he wasn't Van Nistelrooy as a 9. Van Nistelrooy is one of the most clinical 9s I've ever seen in my life. Okay, tune in late. Where's Drogba? Drogba's already out. Drogba lost to R9 in the first round, brother. Guys, make sure you guys go check this.
In the 2000s,
I'm going
straight 2000s. Who was the better striker from 2000? Let's not forget Rooney. Because he was so good, he decided I'm going to make my debut in 2002. So he was young. So from 2000s to 2010, people think Rooney was definitely better than Van Nistelrooy.
I like this comment. This is a strikers list. I went for Ruud for that reason. I agree.
But Wayne was that Rooney and Van Nistelrooy when they linked up. I wish it was in a better Man United team, man. I wish we were ready. I
would go Ruud, but it looks like the comment is Rooney in 5, bro.
No, but we said we said thingy in it. 150. Hey, Van Nistelrooy trying to ting, man. Hey, let me go and rig the ropes.
I know this kills you, bro.
But Van Nistelrooy, I don't think people are realizing. After this, people go on YouTube and watch Van Nistelrooy, man. Like, I feel like, man, Van Nistelrooy, man.
You can Van Nistelrooy all you want, bro. He's going home,
favorite,
bro.
He's going home, guy, bro. That is my guy. He made me a fucking believer, bro.
In United.
Yes, he made me bro.
Guys, personally, I agree with a lot of you guys who are saying Rooney is not a striker. He's being misprofiled. Rooney played 9, led the line for his team one time off my memory in the 2000s.
But I do agree that 09-10 Rooney, if you're talking about loads of people's seasons, that is one of the best players. That is one of the peakest player seasons, bro. Like when a player reaching their peak, Rooney in 09 can be obviously not Messi, obviously not Ronaldo and stuff, but he can be held against anyone else in my opinion.
Guy's saying go on YouTube and watch Rooney acting. No one's acting like Rooney can't score. He's the top scorer in United history. Was the top scorer in England history.
Top scorer in United history. Van Nistelrooy scored 150 and 219.
My whole point is he's saying Rooney can't score. No one is saying Rooney can't score. My whole point is that Rooney is not a 9 like Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah.
He's obviously a brilliant goal scorer. Rooney's one of the most complete footballers this country's ever seen.
You know what I'm saying, though? You see that record, though? If Ruud wanted to,
of course.
If Ruud wanted to, he would have made a mockery of that record, you know?
Of course.
150 goals in 219 games. 95 Premier League goals in 150 games.
I'll say this, too, about Rooney in 2009-10, right? I remember it so specifically. Bro, people were talking about Rooney in the same breath as Messi. And obviously, you look back 10 years later, it looks foolish, but he was that good for United. There was a point in the season, in like March, February, where he had more goals than Messi playing for a team. This was the United team, guys, when Ronaldo was gone and Tevez was gone. It was just Rooney's team. And he was carrying United to the quarterfinals of the Champions League and potentially a league title. And they lost both of them because of Rooney's injury. He was that good in 2009-10.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's won.
It was good. It got closer.
It looks like he's won. Wayne Rooney. Remember the name. We got semifinals now.
Some dogs.
Eto'o versus Ronaldo Nazario.
Now I ain't gonna lie. This is Samuel Eto'o.
I agree.
This is Samuel Eto'o.
In the 2000s. Read between the lines, guys. In the 2000s, not as players, not as legacies. Who's the better footballer? It's Eto'o for me, guys.
I think Eto'o's got R9 beat.
3 Champions Leagues.
I think Eto'o's got R9. Now, R9, don't get it twisted. R9 is the GOAT.
Yeah.
R9 is the GOAT.
But not in this decade.
That needs to be reiterated.
Yeah.
R9 is the GOAT. But Eto'o has got him beat here.
I think so. Look, 2
Eto'o's
back-to-back trebles. 3 Champions Leagues in the decade.
Mm-hmm.
Big game player. Scored in finals twice.
Mm-hmm.
Did he win the AFCON in this decade for his country?
Who?
Cameroon. Eto'o. Was it in the 2000s?
2004.
Yeah.
I think it was 2004.
I think he has the accomplishments. I think he has the records, the numbers, the performances, everything that Eto'o has.
Yeah.
And I know if we go R9 in a poll, bro.
That's the thing. Thank you. People are going to talk about his league. He played 0 league, 10 league. That's exactly. Remember, I said 11 league games, and then he's won the thingy.
And the Olympics, 2000 Olympics, bro.
Three Champions Leagues. Yeah, but it's hard, man. It's hard. But I just think Eto'o's was just way more consistent.
Especially, bro, he's one of the most consistent forwards of this decade.
R9 didn't have the opportunity. R9 didn't have the opportunity to do what he could have done due to injuries.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like with the VR one, for me, his ability is just too triumphant. And I don't think VR's consistency was as much as Eto'o's ones at the highest level. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've got to go Eto'o.
Have you seen R9 at PSV? R9 at PSV is before 2000. So
yeah, R9 at PSV was peak.
Yeah, but that's before 2000s, and this is just of the 2000s. I'm going Eto'o, bro.
I mean, you got to put a poll in it.
But the poll is going to force R9 through, man. I'm tired of these comments, bro. All right. R9, Eto'o. Better. Don't let me down, chat. Don't let me down. I'll be right back. Do not let me down, chat.
Let's see. Where you getting charger?
Yeah, just going to charge this up real quick.
Okay. It's on a poll, innit? It's on a poll. But I know people are saying, R9, you're a good dude. R9, the better striker and footballer. 100% the better footballer. If R9 wins, I end the stream. I have faith in the FTBL community. Gotta be Eto'o. This is gonna be interesting. I'm glad that we're not actually the decision makers. I'm glad. Only nostalgia merchants.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They were saying I'm a FIFA merchant when it comes to Raul and Van Nistelrooy. Let's look logically, guys. Eto'o owned.
Not Van Nistelrooy. No,
what they were saying, I was a FIFA merchant when we were talking about Raul versus Van Nistelrooy.
Oh.
He ain't even give an icon card. Let's be real here, bro. He ain't got the juice like that.
Yo, we're dealing with guys that haven't even got icon cards. Is he the only one in this? He's probably the only one in this whole thing that doesn't have an icon card, bro.
Hold up.
He's the only one, bro.
Hold up.
Diego Forlan.
Forlan he's got a hero card.
So what's that Tony got? Tony and Closer. Closer ain't got nothing, has he?
Nah, Closer.
No, he ain't got no World Cup card.
Wait, Closer he might. No, he does. He does have an icon card.
So there we go. Say FIFA be spitting sometimes.
Oh, so FIFA, who's the FIFA merchant now between the two of them?
FIFA. Hey, yo, I might talk back on FIFA.
I'm a FIFA merchant, but I was writing out for Luca Toni.
Come on, I might have to do FIFA streams, boy.
Eto'o.
71%. I'm surprised at that.
I had faith in you guys. I believe in you guys. I believe in you guys. Nazario hype.
I'm surprised.
Don't do Nazario hype, bro.
Nan said Nazario hype.
Respect greatness.
71%. I'm surprised, you know. That's the biggest wash since. Who was that one that got washed 80%?
Look at Tony.
No, I don't.
We didn't even do a poll for that.
It wasn't Tony. It was someone.
Who was it? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But Shevchenko versus Trezeguet, that's who it was. I think.
Oh yeah, it was.
All right. Eto, welcome to the
Somebody
next
said
round.
Villa and say yes, we're catching the FIFA merchants out by talking about FIFA.
Oh, Villa doesn't have a.
Somebody said they say Villa and Tony don't have cards.
Villa deserves an icon.
Gotcha.
All right.
Eto's in the final.
Eto is in the. I think it's preparing for the video we did. Hey guys, this is all to go back to FTBL culture a few weeks ago.
You figured us out.
You got me.
You figured us out. Hey, yo, don't kill
Thierry
me.
Henry versus Rooney, guys. Rooney.
Yeah,
you fought hook and crook to get him here, but
Rooney, you're a good dude, man.
Yeah, you were a good dude.
Yeah, Rooney, you're a good dude, man. You're a good dude. Ah. Oh man,
TT.
That pains. Number 8 Rooney. Was Henry doing it from 16?
Stop that.
I'm just asking. Was Henry?
Hey, let it go. Bro. It's over.
Was Henry doing it from 16 though?
16. He was in the 2000s. Doesn't matter what he was doing at that age.
What was Henry doing in the early 2000s, man? He was what?
He was
sitting on the bench for France.
Was he?
Euro 2000.
He didn't sit on the bench.
Nah, he didn't sit on the bench. To be fair,
Well,
where was he in the final, man? Trezeguet delivering. Even Robert Pires had to come on and get the assist.
Rooney at international level.
2004 Euros. Turn up, man.
And then turn
up. Turn up. Henry was just riding Zidane's coattails.
They want a poll for this. All right, we'll give you a poll.
No.
You don't want to see Rooney get embarrassed. That should be 95%.
They're trying to do that. I'm just asking questions. Why was Henry? I'm asking, right? Because I saw people taking the piss out of Kane's record for England, and they were bringing up who he scored against. Has anyone seen Henry's? Has anyone seen, right?
Henry,
why was Henry riding Zidane's coattails all the way to finals? That's all I'm asking, bro. That's all I'm asking.
Henry, though, Confederations Cup without Zidane.
What did they win it? Yeah,
top
Confed
well.
hype, man.
Oh, okay.
Confed hype. What's that little thing that Neymar was crying about, acting like it's the big major trophy? Get the hell out of here, man. Neymar, go get your World Cups and that, bro. You know what I mean? Trying to act like the Confed is something big, man. You know what I'm saying? So, let
it go, bro.
You know what I mean? Even in 2010, like, you know what I mean? What did Henry have to do? Cheat to get his team through to the... Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Oh, this is
Eto versus Henry. I mean, we've had this conversation already before. We're really just repeating what we did a few months ago.
Yeah. No, literally, you guys need to go and actually, in fact, get that up on and let them see.
Can I link? Does YouTube allow me to link previous videos?
I don't even know.
I don't think so. Guys, if you go back a few months ago, a month or two ago, you'll see that we did a whole FTBL.
You can put it up. Share that screen and show them. For anyone that missed it.
Oh, yeah.
We literally had this exact discussion. Henry versus Eto. We had this.
All right, let me share screen. Hold on. Let me scroll down to it. We might have to go back a bit.
Yeah, it's like further down.
Where is it at?
Next page. He's showing them the flipping YouTube studio.
Where is it?
It was early though. It was an early one.
Is it that far back?
Oh, come on, how much work we've been putting in, bro.
Yeah, we've been putting in work, guys. Don't sleep on us.
Yeah, no.
It's not this one.
It'll be next page.
One more. Oh, we did mad stuff for the World Cup, right?
Yeah, the World Cup,
I can't
man.
be scrolling
taking
through
too
all
much
this.
Juice.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Our
Click
handsome
on it. Click
faces
on it.
right there. Click on the whole video.
Yeah, I'm just letting them to see what going in it. This is the video, people. Go and watch this video. Put the link in the comments.
This is the one.
This is the video.
There you go.
I don't know who you guys think is gonna win this. Well, I know who wins this one.
Oh, they already linked it. Yeah, these guys are quicker than I am.
And yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Cool. Let's put the poll up. We've said our words about both of them. You guys know what we think about both players. Who wins this one?
This guy said, "Why didn't you just search it?"
Look at ads on top of ads. Look, this ain't my account. I got YouTube Premium, boy.
It's FTBL. Just don't shit on your employers, bro.
Why are people saying Eto clears, man? Stop
Neither of these guys are clear of the other. Please respect greatness, guys. We'll let you guys vote. But let's basically.
I'm not gonna lie. I have to use the same point. Both of these two, extremely consistent. Both of these two dominant in their leagues.
Both of these guys have good
nothing to really say. Both all-time scorers for their. Well, Giroud just beat that now, but at the time, all-time scorers for their countries. The only thing that separates them for me is the ability and the eye test. And Thierry Henry.
I think there's one other thing that separates them.
You think big games, finals, and that, innit?
Men lie, numbers lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Eto in finals and big games is one of the GOATs, bro. Especially of this generation. But look, this is what we kind of talked about on that episode a while back.
Peak for peak, prime for prime. If you could take one striker at their very best, because now this is what we're having to nitpick, because they both basically accomplish everything. If you have to nitpick, right, they're at their best. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Thierry Henry, man. I'm taking Thierry Henry over most forwards ever. Like, in terms of complete forwards, guys who could do it all. Creator, goal scorer, dribbler, passer, strength, speed, mentality, IQ. He's as complete as they get, bro.
Yep. And look, this is what I was saying. Most goals scored. Well, I don't know where Eto was with these times, but maybe Eto started peaking around 2004 afterwards. But most goals scored in the top 5 leagues between 2000 and 2004. Henry at the top with 123 goals. Mackay definitely got shagged. And then most assists, Thierry Henry with 66.
That's crazy.
So he was above Mackay by 23 goals, and he was above Figo by 10 assists.
Mental, to be honest with you.
So in 176 games in 4 years, Henry had 123 goals, 66 assists in 176 games.
He's as complete a forward as you can get, especially for that era, guys. I mean, we always talk about players, right, who had to sacrifice the aesthetics and like the completeness of their game to get more numbers. I think Henry is actually that rare breed who didn't have to do that. He could keep the levels of a 90-minute performance consistently while also adding GA.
But as we said, in their peak, you'll take Henry, right?
I would.
But with the fate of the universe on the line.
Fate of the universe on the line! Martians got the death beam pointed at Earth. You got to make it. I'm taking Samuel Eto, man. Nah, man, I'm taking Henry, to be honest with you. This guy's making me laugh. So Henry is winning 57.
I'm going to let this one. We'll let this one ride for 5 minutes.
Marinate a little bit, man. Marinate a little bit. And while you guys, of course, are voting and commenting, make sure you guys like the stream. Make sure you guys share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Let us know if you guys want to see more of these live going forward, because we know, of course, we've been doing these in the studio. This is something you guys want to see more often. It's something we could do live.
And the thing is, and we can do so many different topics, man. The potential is endless, man. You can do anything, you know what I'm trying to say? We can do the hipster favorites. We could do there's so many that you could do, ones that you guys can suggest, and we'll put that in. And you know what I'm saying? So, and
let us know too, do you guys like this format of bracket challenge? If you do, maybe it's something we continue doing in the future. This guy's saying El Chat.
he's riding for Eto, and then she, we don't know.
They.
It's 2023, you know.
I think it's Henry, bro.
Yeah, 58%.
I'll be real, man.
Oh, hey, that's on Amu. I like that comment, you know.
Which one are you looking at?
This one right here. We're in a final, but who won the final when they met? Because I remember Henry's little. Let me say something. I did not see Ronaldinho. I did not see Samuel Eto'o. I only saw Henry Glasson. So when Henry Glasson come on, what did he say? He got the goal and he got assist.
So he got 2 assists.
I didn't see. So don't talk to me about Samuel Eto'o. Don't talk to me about Ronaldinho. Shut up.
I saw Samuel.
Where were you?
I saw Samuel Eto'o.
You know what I'm saying?
Iniesta to Larson to Eto'o.
I didn't see you, Thierry. I didn't see you. In fact, I did see you missing sitters.
And hold on, let's not forget too. Henry pulled a KD and joined the team that beat him, and still it was Eto'o in the Champions League final.
He's clicking up. He went to click up.
Bro, it was Iguodala making those big shots. Bro, weren't KD.
Bro, yo, he went to click up. Hey, don't kill me, man. Don't kill me.
Hey, yo.
Henry looks like he's got him beat, man. He's got him beat.
58%. 50. You know what? That's fair enough, bro. We ending it here. Ending the poll.
Yeah, 15. That's even getting bigger. Yeah, it's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. So it looks
fair
like
enough, man.
There we go.
Enough,
Henry.
And if we are to go back to obviously the bracket, we'll quickly go back.
Thierry.
TT submits scores, and
Thierry
he is our winner.
Henry. Yo, he went through a crazy stretch.
The Western Conference.
Yeah, but the West is looking crazy. He went through Owen, he went through Sheva, Rooney, and Eto. That's a brazy. That's brazy.
That's the 2000's Western Conference.
Eto kind of stat padded his way through, you know. Zlatan and Klose.
Fan R9.
Eto kind of stat padded his way to the final. Henry beat serious challengers there, bro. Fair enough, man.
Let me know what you guys think, guys. Of course, make sure you guys leave in the comments. Were there any matchups that you disagreed with? I'm sure you guys are gonna have something to say about my Raul shit. I'm so upset about what you guys said about Luca Toni. I'm posting comps on Twitter.
Bro, are you dumb, bro? I'm gonna post comps about Raul, bro. What the hell?
Raul hype, man.
Look at that. Look at that.
But guys, I'm also gonna to clip up this stream, of course, and edit the parts where we might have like tapped out in terms of technology. This stream will be up to view as a full video. So some people were saying we came late into the stream. Why is this guy out? Why is this guy not in? You guys can check this out and see our thought process for each selection. So make sure you guys go check out the full stream if you missed any part about it. Cam, it's of course your show. What do you want to say to kind of
as I said, listen, as we said, people, this was definitely the funniest comment of the thingy. The Ivan Toni,
Italian Charlie Austin.
But listen, people, as we said, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on. If you're new, do that. The subscription and the notification is super important. Trying to get to 25K next, then we're trying to get to 30. And we're just trying to grow and grow and grow.
Job finished?
And then job's not finished, man.
Not finished.
What's
there be happy about?
There's nothing to be happy about. But listen, obviously a lot more content is always going to be coming. We have a few things lined up. We have a few interviews. We have a lot of things on the way. So guys, make sure you follow all of that. And yeah, man, suggest as well. Suggest what you want to see next. Hit us up in the DMs or whatever, and we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nothing that involves goalkeepers. Nothing that involves goalkeepers. Nothing that involves goalkeepers. But listen, CultureCams, Lyes, and we're out of here, man. We're out of here.
Peace.